with Republican electors in multiple blue states holding ceremonial votes for Trump, just in case a court somewhere on some near-Earth planet overturns the election and lets Trump stay in power. I'm joined now by Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro, who's also a Pennsylvania elector, Congresswoman Katie Porter of California, and Neil Katyal, former acting Solicitor General. And Mr. Attorney General, I'm going to start with you. Stephen Miller works for the White House. He is a taxpayer-funded employee of the United States government, of the administration. I want to let you listen to him talking about this scheme to have alternative electors seated just in case. Take a listen.
The only date in the Constitution is January 20th. So we have more than enough time to right the wrong of this fraudulent election result and certify Donald Trump as the winner of the election. As we speak today, an alternate slate of electors in the contested states is going to vote, and we're going to send those results up to Congress. This will ensure that all of our legal remedies remain open.
As somebody with a fiduciary legal responsibility to the state of Pennsylvania, what do you make of that kind of statement from an employee, taxpayer-funded, of the White House?
I think we all know Stephen Miller to be really just a vile human being, the person who separated children from their families, and now the person who is lying to the American people and obviously lying repeatedly to the President of the United States. Nothing he said there is true. Nothing has any legal weight behind it. And as much as he wants to continue to be a sycophant and suck up to this president, nothing he says is going to alter the outcome of the 20 electoral votes that were cast for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris today here in Pennsylvania, and the 306, once Hawaii completes its count, that will be cast for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris across this country. Period. End of sentence.
So what you're saying is this alternative slate of electors is just, it's meaningless. It's done. It's theater.
It's a complete charade. It has absolutely no meaning, no basis in reality. Donald Trump lost this election, and Stephen Miller, thank God, is about to be out of a job. That's the reality. And no matter what he says on that other network, it is not going to make it true. Joe Biden won this election. Donald Trump lost. And on January the 20th, Joe Biden will be sworn in as our next president.
You know, sir, Pennsylvania was one of the 3 states that were called the Brexit states in 2016 because they surprised everyone, including the Hillary Clinton campaign, and went for Donald Trump. All 3 of those states flipped back, and they are the center of the conspiracy theories from Donald Trump and others. You were an elector today. Did you fear for your safety, and did other electors that you've spoken with from your state fear for their safety?
Well, look, I'm not going to talk about my own safety and security. I'm blessed to have folks here in Pennsylvania who worry about that. But clearly, this was a different moment for all of the electors in Pennsylvania. There was a lot of security presence. I've been an elector now 3 times. I was honored to cast an electoral vote for Barack Obama in 2008 and 12, and obviously today for Joe Biden. And I will tell you, it was different today. And it's a sad state of affairs that it was different. Now, while Joy, those elements that sort of bring about those threats to public officials and communities across, not just in Pennsylvania, but across this country, those elements have existed for some time. Donald Trump, though, has given them a permission slip. And you can draw a direct line between the rhetoric of the sitting president, the tweets of this sitting president, and the threats that have been made against good public servants, Republican and Democrat, all across this land. There is no place for that in Pennsylvania or in this country. And I can tell you, as the chief law enforcement officer of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, when Donald Trump engages in this type of rhetoric, engages in this type of lies, people's lives are then at risk. There is more danger in our society as a result of Donald Trump. That is the sad state of the reality that we live in today.
And very quickly, I am out of time with you. I know I have to release you, but very quickly, as somebody who's gone through this, and given the fact that our democracy has changed in character because of what Donald Trump and Republicans have done, do you think we should keep this whole elector system? Do you think that we should switch to an electoral system where once the votes are counted and certified, that's it? We don't have this interregnum and this extra vote and these electors. There's so many reasons people like myself object to it, but what do you think?
Boy, I've given this a lot of thought, and I think we need to sit down once the dust is settled and Joe Biden is our next president and reform this broken system. It comes from an age where certain people's votes, as you know, didn't count in this country. And it is now a system that no longer has a safety valve. Think of this for a moment. Imagine if Speaker Pelosi was Speaker McCarthy. Given what we know, that there is literally no bottom to the Republican caucus, that they would do anything. If there was an objection made in accordance with the law by a member of the House and a member of the Senate, and it was put to vote in the House of Representatives under Speaker McCarthy, under us, Speaker McCarthy, under Leader McConnell, boy, oh boy, I don't think that they would respect the will of the people. And we can no longer afford a system where the will of the people is ever questioned again. Donald Trump has removed the safety valve. The spinelessness demonstrated by those 120 some odd members of Congress and the 18 attorneys general that signed on to that ridiculous junk lawsuit coming from Texas that really would have ended our representative democracy had it gone forward. That, to me, demonstrates that there's no safety valves left, and we need to make sure that the will of the people and a national popular vote is what governs future elections. I think the time for that discussion is after Joe Biden is sworn in, after the dust settles here. But boy, oh boy, do we need to have that conversation in this country, Joy.
I think you can get an amen on that, I think, from a lot of people. Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh
I'll take an
Shapiro,
amen from
thank you, sir. Really
anytime.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.